Welcome to this lesson on the while loop in PowerShell. The while loop is a fundamental control structure that allows you to repeat code based on a condition. It's one of the most versatile looping mechanisms you'll use in your scripting journey. A while loop is a control structure that repeats code as long as a condition remains true. Think of it like a gatekeeper that checks a rule before allowing code to run. Each time the loop wants to execute, it first asks, "Is my condition still true?" If yes, it runs the code inside. If no, it stops and moves on. The syntax for a while loop is straightforward. You start with the keyword while, followed by parentheses containing your condition. Inside curly braces, you write the code you want to repeat. The condition is a test that returns either true or false, and the code block contains the actions to perform when the condition is true. Let's look at a simple counting example. We start by setting a variable called count to 1. Then we create a while loop that checks if count is less than or equal to 5. Inside the loop, we display the current count and then increment it by 1 using the plus operator. This pattern of checking a condition, executing code, and updating a variable is very common in while loops. When we run the previous example, we get a clear sequence of output. The loop displays count:1, then count:2, continuing all the way up to count:5. After reaching 5, the count becomes 6, making the condition false, so the loop stops. This demonstrates how the loop executes exactly 5 times based on our condition. Understanding the flow of a while loop is crucial. First, the loop checks the condition before doing anything else. Second, if the condition is true, it executes the entire code block inside the curly braces. Third, after executing the code, it goes back to step 1 and repeats the process. This cycle continues until the condition becomes false, at which point the loop exits and your script continues with whatever comes next. Here's a practical example you might use in real scripts. We create a while loop that keeps running until the user types the word exit. The loop prompts the user to enter a command using read-host, stores their input, and then displays what they entered. This creates an interactive menu or command processor that keeps running until the user decides to quit. This pattern is extremely useful for creating interactive scripts and utilities. Before we finish, let's cover 3 critical points. First, your condition must eventually become false, otherwise your script will never stop running. Second, avoid infinite loops by making sure you update the variables used in your condition. If you forget to increment a counter or change a value, your loop will run forever. Third, remember that the condition is always checked before each iteration, which means if the condition is false from the start, the loop body will never execute even once.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.